From Notjustboxing here with Conor Benn. How you doing, Conor?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
Good, yeah, very good, thank you. So we're in Riyadh. A few hours ago, you had a encounter with Chris Eubank. I'll put that on the screen.
Yeah.
What come back then? What actually happened?
He was. I was mid-interview with Coogan and Eddie, and he decided to walk over and pull up on me. But if he thinks I'm going to let anyone pull up on me and not meet you in the middle, well, then you're very mistaken.
So obviously it got pretty heated. What was going through your head at that time?
How much I'd just love to spin his jaw there and then.
So he's fighting Seremeta on the weekend tomorrow now. Do you think that's a tough test for him?
Who knows with Chris? You know, who knows whether it's going to be a hard fight or not. I mean, it won't surprise me if he makes hard work of it. But I hope he comes through.
Yeah, so obviously we're all waiting for the fight to be announced with you two, so we all need him to come through on Saturday.
Yeah.
So next year, what is the plan with you?
Straight out Q1. You know, I mean, ideally I'd love to be out in December, but it's, you know, God willing, Q1 of next year. Straight back out, and then just activities, keep back out, fight 4 times next year.
So let's say you fight Chris next year and it's all done, beef settled in the ring. Is there still going to be a genuine hate there for the rest of your life?
I think he's an idiot. Yeah, of course there is. He's an idiot. For another guy to lap up on another man's pain and use it as clout or, you know, at my expense, it ain't my cup of tea. So oozing with arrogance. Not my cup of tea, man.
So this is personal. This is probably the first. I don't know.
But definitely. Yeah. It ain't. Even before it was like, family feud. It's very personal now.
And how do you see the fight going?
I'll knock him out in 2 rounds. I will come out and sink a right hand straight on his jaw.
So we're here for Bivol Beterbiev fight week. Obviously it's a great fight. What's your predictions?
Everyone's leaning towards Bivol. I'm going to go against the grain here and say Beterbiev 8-12. I like Bivol. I like his style. I won't be surprised whoever wins. Both men are winners. Both of them have won already, in my opinion. You know, they're both modern day greats. But I do think Beterbiev 8-12 stoppage. You can't knock. How can anyone write a man who's got 100% knockout ratio? Takes a split second. Split second of a mistake for Beterbiev to land one.
What does Beterbiev need to do against such an elusive boxer?
Apply pressure early, hunt Bivol down, not give him room to work, and let him feel the power shots.
So what's your view as well? So they've actually been back and forth this week with only one-word answers. The media have tried everything to sell the fight. The fight sells itself anyway, but from a media perspective, it's been difficult. What's your view on them not really wanting to trash talk and their view on it?
I feel like this fight doesn't need trash talking. It's not for the general public. Definitely not for the general public. I feel like this fight is one for the boxing purists and the boxing connoisseurs and boxing fans and fanatics. This isn't for the, you know, the mass audience of. This ain't for the mass. It's for the boxing people. This is a boxer's fight, and it's going to be a great fight. Do I believe if they had more personality it would sell way more? Of course it would. You know, but they're not that guy. Don't change the way you are for anybody, whether you like it or not. I'm not a trash talker. I'm not a trash talker. Don't try and make me be something I don't want to be for clicks and views. They're not about that life. They're strictly business, and they're about that game. They're about their life. You know, and you got to take your hat off to them for not selling themselves out to do something they don't want to do. They're not sellouts. They don't want to do what they don't want to do.
So lastly, just a quick question. There's a lot of people look up to you, a lot of amateur boxers. What advice have you got to tell these people?
For amateur boxers?
Amateur boxers.
For amateur boxers, I would say work extremely hard. Make the mistakes as an amateur because you can't make them as a pro. do a lot of running, a lot of cardio, make the weight well, stay disciplined, work hard, and just remember, it's learning. Every day is learning. One day you may get a beating in sparring, another day you may, feel like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson in there. Every day's learning, and every day you're getting better. Don't be impatient with yourself. Give yourself time, give yourself grace, allow yourself to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Every day is learning, and remember, consistency is key. But to be consistent, it takes discipline.
So lastly, Mikey McKinson's fighting for a world title next weekend against Mbenge. Is that a potential fight that you would like to have if he becomes world champion?
For the world title? Who?
Mikey McKinson's fighting Mbenge on
for what world
high
title?
Voltage. I believe it is the WBO.
WBO?
Yeah, vacant.
Oh, mad. Go on. Well
card.
done. I'm so happy for him. Hopefully he comes through. I don't know the guy he's fighting. I've never heard of him. But that's blinding. No, rooting for him. Do you know what I mean? British guy fighting for a world title. You rooting for him. Is it a fight I'm interested in? Not really. Not at all. I mean, who is? Unless you're his neighbour or live down his road, no one really cares. But I'm buzzing for him if he does win. God willing, he comes through and brings the world title to England. But when you're talking the likes of Haney's and Gervontas and Garcia's and Pacquiao's and Brooks and Eubanks, and it's not on my radar whatsoever.
Who is on your hit list? Last question.
I've had no qualms in calling Ennis out. We sent Gervonta Davis an offer over. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Stanionis, Barrios. Any of them names can get it. Do you know what I mean? They're big names. They're fights for me that they come to fight, and I don't get up for anything more than a man who comes to fight and loves to fight. And you sit there and you go, I can't make a mistake here. And you've got to be on form.
Brilliant.
That's where I'm at, But first stop is me at 160, and then drop back down to 147. Fight for a world title.
I wish you all the best. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.